Shalom. I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rav double unsettled apostles, a great millstone that taught me this truth, and blessings to all you sincere laborers out there pushing this truth in all sincerity and faith and honesty. I'm not fellow servant Kanakala coming at you once again, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. Alright, I'd like to thank Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai for putting the spirit on me to do another lesson. Now, I don't know what I will title this lesson, but throughout this video, hopefully it's just edifying, man. Coming at you once again, spirit of prophecy. All right, I'm gonna get right to it because things are popping off. It says, this is from RT. It says, brother, can you spare a dime? Jeff Bezos, forgive me if I'm mispronouncing that, dethroned as world's richest man. And listen when they say the world's richest man. All right, this is just what they show the media. We know the world's richest people are the Rothschilds, all right, the DuPonts, the Rockefellers, the 1%, the elite banking families. Okay. It says, plunging Amazon stock has cost his founder, Jeff Bezos, all right, either one. It says a fortune in a single day stripped him of the title of the world's wealthiest person, giving Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates the top spot. All right. So the Amazon, all right, and the reason why I'm bringing this information out is because to further prove the grinding is ceasing, man. All right. People don't have money to spend like they used to. All right, because what they said, retail stores actually going in the store, actually going into your local Walmart or Kmart, whatever your general merchandise, store is, where you actually walk into the store and purchase things. Okay, they said the sales, they would blame the poor sales in general, in the in-store sales, the poor sales for that, because they say, well, all the sales are going to online like Amazon. All right, but here it is, even the online sales, Amazon, even they're failing, man. Okay. So it says plunging Amazon stock has cost its founder Jeff Bezos a fortune in a single day, stripped him of the title of the world's wealthiest person, giving Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates the top spot. Shares of the world's biggest online retailer, all right, were down around 9%. So remember, that's what they were blaming on, retail sales. There was excuses for like Toys R Us and other similar places closing because you can just go online. All right. It says online shopping overtakes a major part of retail for the first time ever. This is published April 2019, earlier this year. So once again, online shopping overtakes a major part of retail. It says the days of the internet, all right, and online shopping being just fad have become long way over the years, says Hall Hickey. All right, Slovakia. This online shopping led by Amazon hit a new milestone in February. The total market share of non-store, remember, non-store or online U.S. retail sales is higher than general merchandise sales for the first time in history. All right, the days of the internet online shopping being just a fad have come a long way over the years, but February's retail sales report released Monday highlighted another of many major milestones that the growth of online shopping has reached over the years. All right, Paul Hickey, co-founder of Bespoke Investment Group, which reported statistics in a note to its clients Tuesday. All right, it says the online sector, all right, referred to as clicks, has been slowly eating up the market in the past 2 decades. Its total rose from below 5% in the late 1990s to about 12% in 2019. All right. So it says in February, online sales nearly beat general merchandise stores, including department stores, warehouses, clubs, supercenters. All right. Non-store retail sales last month accorded for 11.83% of the total. All right, so you pretty much see, the point I'm trying to make here. Um, Let me see. It says I'll probably read the closing. It says the U.S. retail sales fell in February, the last sign that U.S. growth is slowing. Retail sales dropped 0.2% as Americans scaled back on buying furniture, clothes, and food, and electronics and appliances. Economists polled by Reuters had predicted retail sales to rise 0.3% for the month. But the point is, as you can see, online shopping, when the especially this CNBC, local news is Fox or whatever your local news station is, their job is not to warn the people of the destruction coming, not to warn the people of the bad sales. Their job is to paint that picture to make it seem like everything is going good. So that was you know their excuse for retail sales. Is like, oh well, reason why the stocks or sales are down in retail is because people are going online. All right, and that was their excuse. But now, as you can see from this article here, all right, your boy Jeff, he was dethroned from the world's richest man because his stocks was down. Shares of the world's biggest online retailer were down 9% to 1,624 during after-hours trading on Thursday as Amazon reported disappointing third-quarter earnings, spooking investors. All right, and that should spook investors because that was the excuse. Oh well, stocks are down retail because people are going online. It says despite increased sales, both Amazon's operating net income decreased by 500 million and 800 million respectively, the company revealed. All right. The tumbling stock reportedly cost Bezos. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing his name. If you know the correct pronunciation, put it in the comment board. It says the tumbling stock reportedly cost Bezos 6.9 billion. The losses brought Bezos' fortune already knocked down by costly divorce and Mackenzie Bezos. Yeah, because he had a divorce too. All right. I forgot. I believe the lady was receiving like something million a month or something. I forget. All right, to go show you the woman, man. This world is all upside down. Here it is. You can have a fortune, but you married to a woman. She takes up damn near half of your wages. It says down to 103.9 billion, putting him behind Bill Gates, whose net worth is 105.7 billion according to Forbes. All right, your boy Gates, that devil too. Okay, but we see what's happening here. Just earlier this year, they were saying how online sales overtake, major part of retail for the first time ever, and they were blaming it on online sales. But here it is, online sales dropped. All right, so the Lord is shaking this place up, and it says Jeff Bezos dethroned as world's richest man. So I'm gonna get this precept real quick. It says, "Go to now, ye rich men, how weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you." All right, because a global economic collapse is coming, economic slowdown. People don't have the money anymore to buy the latest gadgets or to buy the trending clothes. Okay, and if they are, they're buying it off of credit. All right, further, putting a nail in the coffin on the system, and further increasing the debt. They're not buying it with their own with debit or cash. They're buying this stuff with credit cards, man. All right, everybody is broke. Nobody has any money. Gas is high. Suicide rates are up. All right, people being oppressed, uproars of the people all over the world because this system, they get ready to collapse this current system and move into the system of the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. All right, and I got one more article here because once again, it's just spirit of prophecy. Prophecies are speaking now. Matter of fact, let me get that before I continue on. And of course, it's the same scriptures. Ain't gonna be no different scriptures coming out. All right. Pretty soon, hey, we just gonna be able to just sit back and watch the show when that family of the word come. It says Habakkuk 2 and 3, for the vision is yet for appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. All right, and that's the point. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it surely come. It will not tarry. So right now the vision is speaking, and it's not tarrying no more. Okay, we'll get into this next article. It says one of the world's largest oil companies just ditched the dollar. All right, it says Russia's largest oil company, Rosneft, has already completed the switch away from the U.S. dollar in an effort to minimize exposure to U.S. sanctions. All right, because America is getting ruthless with these sanctions, man. All right, it's, really, man, they're very aggressive with these sanctions. It says Rosneft has already fully switched to euros as the base currency for all its export contracts. So this is Russia's biggest company, oil company, and they're no longer using the U.S. dollar. It says Rosneft has already fully switched to euros as the base currency for all its export contracts, and is seeing big potential in working in euros. Sechin said at the Eurasian Economic Forum in Verona, Italy on Thursday. According to Rosneft top executive, the Chinese yuan could become a much more important global currency in the future because of Chinese economic growth. And that's just the demise, the downfall of this American empire known as Babylon in the scriptures. All right. It says the share of the U.S. dollar in the global oil and oil products trade is around 90% currently. All right. And that's why, we see all these things about the U.S. dollar. But the reason why the U.S. dollar is still strong, okay, is because it's like it's still pretty much what's the word I want to look for lack of a better term, it's still fluctuating throughout the system. All right, it's like you do like a coolant flush in your car. You flushing all the oil, the old coolant out to put in new coolant. So but until you flush it, you got to go through and do a whole flush, and you want to replace the old with the new. So that's why it's this U.S. dollar hasn't just fully collapsed yet, because it's still being pumped throughout the system. It hasn't been fully eradicated out of the system. And the bad part about that is when it does finally collapse, because it's not backed by nothing, and all fiat currencies collapse. History has proven this. When it does collapse, the bad part, it still being used, 90% being used, which is good part on our side, those is in the faith and those is waiting on these things, those is waiting on the return of Yahweh Shemi Shai. All right, it's gonna be a global, this is gonna hit globally, man. All right, that's the part about it. Since since it's like hot potato. The last one with it, in their hands is one that's it. So they still juggling around this U.S. dollar within their system, right? When it collapses, they're gonna fall right along with it. All right. So that's the good part about it. Okay. So it says Sechin said, but noted that in 10 years' time, due to Chinese economy, the yuan could raise to a share from current to 2 to 5%. All right, and that's going to happen sooner than that, because as we know, the scriptures say, Revelation 12 and 12, the devil is coming down, having great wrath, because he knoweth he hath but a short time. Okay, so he wants to get this new world order into play. It says Russia is looking at ways to settle its energy transaction in euros and or in rubles in order to avoid dealing with dollars. And if Russia's doing this, what makes think other countries aren't doing the same? It says Russian Economy Minister Maxim Oreshkin, all right, told the Financial Times in an interview earlier this month. At the beginning of October, reports emerged that Rosneft set the euro as the default currency for all new exports of crude oil and refined products. Okay, so any oil being sold, it won't be in the U.S. dollar, right? Which is a sort of another nail in the coffin to the U.S. dollar. So as a state-controlled giant looks to switch as many sales as possible from U.S. dollars to euros. All right, liquidation. Yep, Russia's article here. Russia the largest energy companies preparing to substitute petrodollar in settlements. Right? It says as of September, Rosneft was seeking euros as the default option of payment for its crude oil and products. And this is going into the beast hating the whore as well, because here it is, they're using the euros, European currency, and Russia, NATO, and the EU, all right, is pretty much in American allies. Okay, so here it is, a Russian, an enemy, is using American allies currency, and they're allowing them to. Okay, it ain't like they're saying, oh well, we're not, we're with America. It ain't like the EU is saying we're with America, and we know you're Russia, you're enemy of America, so we're not going to allow you to use our currency. No, they're letting them do it. Okay, which is going to create furthermore division. A house divided cannot stand, as the scriptures say. So the house of Edom is completely divided, and it will not stand. All right. It says Rosneft is the biggest oil exporter from Russia, selling around 2.4 million barrels per day, BPD, of oil, according to Reuters estimates. So, the United States has not ruled out imposing sanctions on Rosneft over its involvement in trading oil from Venezuela. All right, but the point is, this is 2.4 million barrels per day that will not be backed by U.S. dollars, or will not be traded or sold, all right, with the U.S. dollar. So, pretty much ultimately what's just going to cause hyperinflation, all right, in America. As America's printing, I don't know, printing how many dollars a day, the Feds, and this is 2.4 million barrels, all right. Who knows how many gallons is in 2.4 million barrels, and gas is sold by the gallon, all right. So, hey, you do the math, man. Okay, so that's a lot of money that's not being used by the U.S. dollar, and America's printing money at the same time. Okay, so this dollar is getting ready to collapse, man. All right. What scripture can I close out with? I'll close out with of course, Revelation 13:16. Okay, it says, and he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that's the mark of the beast. As I use the metaphor of flushing out the U.S. dollar, trying to use it, pretty much bringing down this old, economic system with the new one. This is going to be the new one. It's going to be the mark of the beast, RFID chip. All right, in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So it's not going to be the U.S. dollar no more. It's going to be an RFID chip. All right, by your banking elites. Okay. So with that, Lord willing, you edify. We'll give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemi Shai. Double honor to the apostles, a great millstone, taught me the truth, and blessings all you sincere labors out there pushing this truth in all sincerity and faith and honesty. Shalom.